Good afternoon and welcome to Breaking Fry Bread. I'm Dave. This is Ty. Ty, good afternoon, brother. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. Good afternoon.
That's
Good
good.
afternoon.
Uh, what is this shirt you're wearing today?
I'm representing my three affiliated brothers and sisters, Four Bears Casino, three
Four Bears
affiliated
Casino.
tribes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where is this at?
the three affiliated tribes. They are the Dakotas, North Dakota, South Dakota, and my cousin Latoya. She's from that tribe, and I have a lot of friends that are over there in that tribe that I worked with in my days in TERO.
That's kind of a cool logo they've got. What
Yeah,
is that? That's a bear.
it's the Four Bears. It looks like a bear in a red hand, and it looks like it's carrying something. I don't know.
You always have you always have the most native shirts on.
That's all I have, but I got all kinds of tribal shirts laying around.
Is that what you rock every single day as a tribal shirt?
I wouldn't say every day, but probably 4 days out of the week, 4 out of 7 days.
Wait, when I saw you at the fireworks stand, you had like a Hawaiian shirt on.
Yeah, I had that was my one of my golf shirts.
A golf shirt. Yeah, that's awesome. I
Yeah,
think that's the first time I'd ever seen you wear a non-native shirt.
it
Not
was
bad.
different, huh?
I love the native shirts. I think that's a great shirt right there. And you gave me one of your shirts, a King's Fireworks shirt.
That's right. Did you rock it?
I haven't rocked it yet.
All right. I
And
was hoping
let
you're gonna
me
wear it.
I'm gonna wear it, but let me. Yes, I am going to wear it. I'm gonna rock it because we got some awesome fireworks from you guys and had a great time with that. But my son Dave Jr. You saw him, you met him.
Yeah.
He likes to match me. He likes to match what I wear. And so like last night he's like, "What are you going to wear tomorrow? What are you going to wear? What shirt are you going to wear? What hat are you going to wear? What sunglasses are you going to wear? What shoes are you going to wear?" So when he goes out, he likes to just match the same, you know? And so I love this, man. It's a fun thing that we do.
I
And
noticed that.
right? It's like a good bonding thing. He's not going to want to do this forever, you know? There's going to be a time when he changes. And so I got to enjoy one these times for me as a dad, but two, I want to support his love for me and our relationship and what that looks like. So what I need to do is I need to get a little King's fireworks shirt. I need to get
Done.
a kid size. And then what we'll do is me and Dave Jr. will rock them together because you know he will go into a slight panic if we wear a different shirt. I mean, I don't know. It's like we're pretty connected, but it's a fun time at the moment. You know what I mean? It's a fun time in the life of father son.
Yeah, that's awesome. I noticed when he showed up, you guys are both wearing your Viper King glasses and suspenders, and he looked like a young boss in training.
That's
That's for
right. We
sure.
dress exactly the same. Like he's got suspenders. If he doesn't know what I wore when he left the house, my poor wife will drive her crazy. He won't even get ready. He'll sit there and what is dad wearing? What is dad wearing? I don't
That's
know.
awesome, man. That means you're his hero. So
That's right. For at least another 6 months. No, man,
I
but
gotta I gotta get you guys a little King shirt then.
yeah, we got to get the little king shirt, that way we can match it up, and then we'll have some fun with it on social media. But the fireworks were a blast. The 4th of July was a blast. We did this you met my brother-in-law Nate, and my
Yep.
brother Jim. They came down and were hanging out.
Pyros.
The pyros, that's right. They actually took all the fireworks and they got a big, I'm going to call it a big wick, and they wicked everything together. And they lit off the fireworks, and I want to say that, it was about a 15-minute show. It lasted for about 15 minutes. So
That's well done.
yeah, I feel like that was good. I feel like our fireworks show was as good as any professional fireworks show that I've seen.
Nice.
Now,
I'm glad I could help you guys with that.
yeah, I'm glad that you could too. Now, your sister did a fireworks show.
Oh, it's my cousin.
Your cousin did a fireworks show, right? And I think this was on like Facebook or something, right? Or
Yeah,
Instagram or something.
Facebook. Yeah, we closed up early on the 4th. By early I mean 10 p.m. We're usually there till about midnight, but you stay any time past 10 p.m. You get all the people that are coming back from the parties. They're all drunk. They want their fireworks for free, and so we didn't want to deal with the haggling, and we just closed up, and then we moved over to my cousin's property, the Satiacum property, and visited them. And my cousin Adrietta, she put on a great show that I helped contribute to also. And my cousin Shirley, the one you saw on Facebook, she put on her own show. And then we let all the kids put on their own show with fireworks that I brought. And so there's 3 different shows. You just happened to see the one I recorded, which was my cousin Shirley, and they were all great.
Yeah, I mean, that show was like bang, 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 bang. Like, dude, it was like nothing I've ever seen. I mean, it was like just a nonstop barrage of fireworks, man. Like, it was like I mean, I've never seen it like that, where it was just like, I mean, it was just like, it was unbelievable how many fireworks were going off at the same time.
And we have a different style with our shows. We kind of light everything at once and just blow up the sky, So
I can see that. That definitely happened. You guys definitely blew up the sky. So was it successful? Was it a successful 4th of July season for you guys?
It ended up being a very successful season. It started off a little slow this year, but every year you have that time of the season where you start, stressing out a little bit. You're like, where is everybody? Where's the crowds at? We got to make our powder bill, and the first was okay because we had that fireworks show. I think that might have I don't know if you guys came down on the first or second, but the first was okay. But man, the 2nd of July was really slow. Because of the day of the week the 4th was on, I believe. People didn't come down until after work, so we had a slow morning, and then we had a busier afternoon. And so everyone was kind of feeling it. I looked at my numbers between that time this year and compared it to last year, and we were way off. But the 3rd and the 4th made up for it all. We were just busy nonstop.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on being busy.
Yeah, it seems like I try to stress to my friends and family to come early in the season because you have a better selection. I'll have more time to talk and visit with you. But when you wait till the 3rd or 4th, sometimes you'll find that I got a group of people waiting to be helped by King's Fireworks or just be helped by me, and I don't have much time to visit. So it just feels like everybody waits till the last minute to come in. It makes things tough, but
yeah, that's
it's a good problem to have.
That is a good problem to have. So it was successful. You guys have a really nice booth that looks like a little house.
Yeah, we upgraded this year. It was very convenient. You know, for my whole fireworks career, we've had a fireworks stand that we got to build, transport, take down, transport. You know, and so this year we just went with building the shed and the little tiny home approach, and it was great. The cleanup and the end of the season was very relaxing and very easy compared to years past. So, uh, very easy year for everybody.
How many fireworks stands were there at Firecracker Alley?
Well, there was 107 spaces, um, but there wasn't 107 stands. So that's kind of a problem that I hope that the fireworks commission and council addresses next year. You know, you have a lot of tribal members that buy multiple spots through different tribal members' names, whether it's their kids, their nephews. They'll have them go purchase a license because they want to get the best spot. You know, and so out of the 3 spots that they purchase, they'll build a stand in 1 or 2 of those spots, and then they'll leave the 3rd spot open. And you know, and that's another spot that a tribal member could have had. You know, because they cap it off at 107 stands, and if you miss out, you miss out.
Is there a waiting list?
No, it's first come, first serve, and so you know typically they'll say they open at 11 a.m. to start purchasing your license, but it's kind of like the release of a new Jordan, right? People are camping out waiting for the tickets to purchase or the opportunity to purchase. You know, so you can show up early. I think this year I showed up at 9:30 a.m. and I was already number 79, or I'm sorry, like I was in the 90s.
Dang.
And so by 10 o'clock, by 10:30 a.m., there was no more spots left, you know. And so if you showed up at 11 a.m. to purchase a spot, you were already too late,
What would
you know.
happen if you didn't get a spot?
That just wouldn't happen. I, you know, I guess you know, you'd have to really hustle, you'd have to really, you know, work with somebody that does have a spot and say, hey, I have this customer base. You know, I think that we can, you know, create a, you know, I can make your revenue go up for the season and we can share profits, whatever. You know, you make something happen.
But
But
potentially it could happen.
it could. You know, if I would have waited another half hour, I might have been SOL, you know.
Huh.
But that's the problem is my thought on it, I mean, my thoughts on it is everybody that wants to stand should have a stand, you know, and when you put a cap on it, it creates that urgency, you know, and it creates that effect where people are camping out for spots and sells out early. In years past, it was unlimited, right? And so you could wait till Friday to purchase your spot. And even then, you know, I think the most spots we ever sold was like 130, you
Okay,
know.
so
So
okay. So I understand. So that's so you get the license, you get your stand, you get it all set up, you're ready to go, you buy your fireworks, you stock your stand full, and then you start selling fireworks when?
you could start selling I think the raffle was June 9th, or it might have been like June 5th. You could set up right away. Um and so we were set up, we were open by June 14th because there was a show on the 15th. So we wanted to, you know, we wanted to catch those customers on the day of that show, you know. So our season started on the 15th.
So just for the other tribal members that are, looking at, doing their fireworks or building their business or getting financial freedom, what do you guys do with the cash flow? What do you do? Is this an investment cash for you? Do you guys live off of this? What happens? What happens next? What should other natives do with their fireworks money?
You know, it's honestly, I use mine. To, we have a nice family vacation,
Okay.
and we always make sure we take that in July. Our annual trip is Lake Chelan, and that's the trip that we have to take every year. So fireworks helps out with that, and then the smart thing to do is at the end of the year, wholesalers are having good deals. You know, so one year we took our funds and we actually put it right back into fireworks. We had a deal that we couldn't pass up. A wholesaler wanted to be bought out with every product that he had left. He gave us a price. We did the numbers. It ended up being about $27 a case, and there's all different kinds of products. So it was a deal we couldn't pass up on. So we pumped $10,000 back into product, and because of that, we were able to hold on to that and have huge margins the next season. We were able to create our own family pack, our own tote bag with the products that we bought, and we were able to make them for very cheap, and sell them for a high margin. So it's just fun things you can do. The money. Some people it's nice to have that extra cash flow in your pocket. Go have fun or take care of some financial bills or whatever you got to do. Get caught up. You know, whatever I think you'd be the best person to get financial advice with the firework money. Uh,
My
but
my brother-in-law said, "Why don't you have a stand?" I said,
I
"I
know.
don't
Why
know,
don't you?
man. I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of work. It's actually a lot of work. You've been doing this for a long time. I would imagine that your first year in, you put a stand in and you kind of get it going, and you're just really picking up. At that point, you're just kind of hooting and hollering and saying, "Hey, come on, I'll make a deal. Come on, I'll make a deal." Right? Like you're just trying to get anybody you can to come into the fray, and then you're trying to close them on a deal. You don't have you have a customer base. I think I text you or you text me or something, and you're like, "Hey, I got a customer meeting at 8 o'clock. They're gonna come in. They're gonna so you've got customers who are prearranging meetings with you to come in and buy fireworks."
That's what we've grown into. And that's why. And you're right. When you start out, you don't have that, so you're just you're like you said, you're hooting and hollering. You're trying to do whatever you can to bring traffic in, and then to try to land that deal and keep them as a customer, down the road. Um, yeah, it's fireworks is a great time, especially down there at Firecracker Alley. I really enjoy it because it's the one time a year for a couple weeks that you're down there with so many of your other fellow tribal members all together in one space. There's a lot of downtime in the slow part of the season. So there's a lot of talking, catching up, and laughter, and it's good, really good times.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Going and getting some food, getting the fry bread, getting a res burger, whatever you're doing. Shout out to my cousin Katie with the fry bread factory. I love going down there and seeing, her and hooking up some food. That's an awesome thing. But I think just overall, I think if I was to have a fireworks stand, I would be saying, okay, one, what's my inventory? Then two, what's my profit? Am I paying people to have worked my stand, whatever, out of my profit? I'm probably taking, a third of that and putting it towards the household. I'm probably taking a third of that and putting it into savings. And I'm probably taking a third of that and I'm just going to blow it. Whether I'm going to Lake Chelan or I'm going out to a fancy dinner or I'm going to celebrate, whatever, I'm gonna blow a third of it. Like I think you gotta have a good time. You gotta go enjoy life, and you gotta make time for those kind of things. But the fireworks are a lot of fun. It's true, and it's nice to go down there and hang out. You get caught up hanging out down there for a couple hours, and That's just the way it goes. Is that little 4-wheeler rig? Is that your guys's? You guys own that little thing?
We do. That's my little 4x4 diesel club car. Very handy down there.
Yeah,
Very
those
helpful.
are the best.
Yeah,
I,
the golf carts are kind of a thing down there. If you have one, it helps. It helps with your customers that have big purchases. You can help deliver their products, and if you got to make a run to the container and restock on your inventory, it's just good to have around. So
I've got one of these John Deere Gators. It's very similar to that. I love that thing, man. It's I like to take it 4 by in. It's got a nice bed on the back of it, can load stuff up. I love just having some fun with it.
yeah, we have ours around the house all the rest of the time of the year. It's very helpful around the house. Kids are driving around everywhere. They're good to have.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so other things going on at the tribe. I noticed that the new restaurant is open down in Ruston.
It is. I have not got to go try it yet. We had a time slot that we took to go try it out, the wife and I, and we got so busy on the third that we just didn't make it down. But I've been seeing all the pictures, and it looks amazing. Like,
Yeah, I've
I
heard it's
can't wait
pretty
to go
good.
try it.
What kind of food is it exactly?
It's a Roy Yamaguchi restaurant, and so he's big on the Hawaiian cuisine. And so I think the goal was to bring Hawaiian cuisine and match it and pair it with tribal culture. So there's a lot of salmon dishes, but it's a seafood in a chop house. So I think
Okay.
they have some sushi dishes there. They have steaks. They got a lot of seafood, oysters, but the aesthetics of the restaurant, the inside, the view on the water. I mean, it all looks great. I can't wait to go check it out.
What is your thought and feeling on the tribe investing in restaurants? Do you have a view on it or a thought on it?
I do. I mean, from the business side of it, the restaurant industry is tough. And in talking to some of our professionals around the tribe, especially at our casino, our restaurants are losing a lot of money, in the casino. So if you're looking at it from the business side, is it the best business decision? I'm not sure, but I think the purchase of that property on the waterfront is the hugest thing to focus on, and doing things that's going to attract and bring people to our area. Like Kenmore Air, and you have the water airplane terminal that's right there in view of the restaurant. Doing those types of things, may not bring in a lot of revenue, but they're bringing attraction to our area, and hopefully that translates to more business at the casino and all of our tribal enterprises.
How close to the restaurant is the casino?
5 minutes.
Oh, so it's just right there.
Yeah, you could almost see it from the restaurant across the water. So it's about a 5 minute drive. So there's a lot of cross promoting opportunities they can do there.
Yeah, there is a lot of that. That's pretty cool. I'm always nervous of restaurants. I think just like you said, restaurants are really hard to make profitable. Really hard to make profitable. I was doing work for a group called Pai Wai. They own PF Chang's, and Pai Wai is like a fast casual PF Chang's type restaurant. And I was on a call with them, I don't know, 10 years ago. And if they lose a walk-in cooler, the average walk-in cooler, they said, holds $10,000 in product and food. If that walk-in cooler goes down because of some sort of, refrigeration issue, they'll lose the profit for the entire year.
Well, that's bad. They can't have walk-in coolers go out then.
No, they can't. But it just shows the volatility, right? It just shows the volatility in the restaurant. And you look at like restaurants. One of the big shocking things, I posted this on social media last week, Puget Sound Business Journal came out and showed that, Mod Pizza was looking at filing bankruptcy. I was like, whoa, whoa,
Saw that.
right? That's a big deal, man.
I
You
saw the
know,
same post. You said Top Golf, they're closing a few locations, and
yep, yep.
Microsoft's got a lot of big layoffs coming, and
Yeah, it's tough. I always think like, as a, leader in our community, as a, somebody that has a voice, I think one of the things that really is important for tribal members and for the tribe is I'm going to take it back to per capita. Like, per capita is a super important thing. I want to see my per capita increase. Right? Like, at the end of the day, the cost of living goes up exponentially, right? So per capita, helps supplement our life. No matter how you use it, it's a supplement. Now, there's a TikTok video out there of a guy who owns who does an order 2 years ago or something like that through Walmart, and he spends like, I don't know, $120 or something. And then he goes into past orders, and then he goes in and he hits reorder that same order from a couple years back, and now it's $450 or something. I'm just, that's not exactly correct, but it's right in that ballpark, plus or minus 10%. And you look at that, the cost of groceries at Walmart for a single dude, for a month of groceries has multiplied 4 times. 4 times the cost of groceries at Walmart for the exact same order has gone up. I think what we should be focusing on as a tribal council, in my opinion, as a people, is helping support our people. I know there's different views on per capita, both good and bad, and I'm not here to argue that. But I'd love to see per capita go up. Right? Like, I think that would be a good thing, right or wrong. That's my personal view. But here's my thought. The things that we invest in are so important. Things that we are investing in are the future of the tribe. Like, I think that the tribe should be thinking 100 years into the future. What does this look like for when our kids are 50 years old? When Dave Jr. is 50, what does the tribe look like? When Dave Jr. is dying or close to dying or wherever he's at 100 years old and his kids are 50, what does the tribe look like? And I think that right now, tribal casinos are what make the money. But as we see, gambling becomes more and more populated. Gambling is more and more accepted all the time. What happens if gambling is allowed in other areas, not just on tribal lands, right? What if there's changes? I mean, they already have little mini casinos everywhere with card tables and different things. So what I'm getting at is when you run a business and you run many multiple businesses like the tribe does, you're invested in many entities, and those entities lose money, or they don't make money, or they don't make the money that they should. What are we doing about those? And I think as a tribal council, I would be looking at it in 3 ways, okay? 3 ways. And I would be saying, what is our opportunity in the market? What is our opportunity for profit? And if it's broken, what is our opportunity to fix it? If there's no opportunity in the market, if it's not profitable and we can't fix it, we absolutely have to close it. This is my opinion. I don't care if it's that candy shop that I hear people talking smack about where you go in and buy these little candies, or, it's this, these little investments that we make in these restaurants. But I think that the investments that we need to be making need to be 10x profitable. And I think when you're sitting around that table as a tribal council and you're making these decisions, or however these decisions are being made, if you can't 10x it, don't touch it. Don't put the time into it. Don't invest in it. Don't waste the tribal money, because what happens is every time, okay, we've got the casino and that's producing revenue and that's really good, and then, maybe marijuana makes money. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe smoke shops make money. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But I'd be looking at the analytics on every single one of those, and I'd be saying, okay, what are we making money on, and is this eroding? Is this costing us something? It's cool to be in the restaurant business, but is this costing us something? Because every single one of those things that don't make money erode from our budget. And it's not just the budget, it's also the cost of opportunity lost. Like if we have to spend time fixing something or working on something, that's time that we could be spent working on something else that's profitable. Right? If you run a $10 million business and you're the CEO of that business, your time is worth $5,000 an hour. Right? So that means you should never do anything that's not worth $5,000 an hour. Our tribal council is doing what? $500 million a year. So their time, I don't know, I'm just making it up, but there's a handful of them up there. Their time is equally divided by 2,080 hours. That's what they need to be focused on money-wise and worth-wise. That's my opinion.
That's a great opinion.
I'd be happy to hear your thoughts.
Those are great thoughts. And, I think that they've made a lot of these smaller investments, like into the restaurant. And it's a tricky one because we've already shown that we cannot be successful in the restaurant industry. We had a cigar lounge / sports bar that we epically failed on. I think we lost millions of dollars on that venture. Like I said, the restaurants in our casinos are failing, although the food is good. But I think that, they've made these little investments into the candy business, which I'm not sure how, I'm not sure if that's ever going to even be profitable or if that's just a wash. But it's time for them to start looking 100 years ahead, like you said. How can we 10x our money? What can we invest in that we don't have to spend a lot of time into, but we'll be the investors and we'll watch that money grow. It's time to start focusing on those things. And I'm hoping with the development of our port, and manufacturing that we've also dumped a lot of money into. I'm not sure what the ROI is going to be on that or what the opportunities are, but I'm hoping, a lot of people are excited about the port development. But you're right. When it comes to the CEOs of these companies, like their time is valuable and they need to be focused on how they're going to sustain and grow, right, the business or whatever entity they're in charge of. And tribal council is a great example of that. When you think of the things that they deal with on a day-to-day basis, the phone calls that they have to answer from tribal members, which is okay because they're public servants, they have to have their doors open to tribal members. But you look at what they're dealing with on their agendas day to day, there's a lot of micromanaging in their tribal government departments that's time wasted when there's important issues on their agendas that they're not getting to because they're wasting so much time micromanaging these different departments, whether this person gets to travel, whether that person gets to travel. And when you think about it, like you said, tribal council, these guys are responsible for individually about $80,000 an hour, right? Roughly.
Yep.
So in that hour, you wanted to talk about so-and-so in this department doesn't get to travel or doesn't get to go to this conference. So we're not trusting the managers and the directors of these departments to control their own budget in their department and decide who gets to travel and who doesn't. Instead, council wants to dictate that, when instead their time would be better spent focusing on future investments, creating stronger policy and procedures, for the entire tribe. So when you think of it like that, there's a lot of time wasted and there's a lot of opportunities that are being missed. And we're putting all our eggs in one basket with with our casino. And the reality is that could be gone tomorrow.
I'll tell you what, man, I agree. And you know what? If I was on tribal council, and this isn't something that interests me because I got my own business and life to run, but I'm going to tell you what, if I was on tribal council, here's my goal. I'm just going to break it down to you like this. I want per capita per tribal member to be minimum 6,000 a month. That's what I want. That's what I want for every tribal member out there. Now, I don't want you to get $6,000 a month because of the economic and the social fallout that creates its own economy of problems. But at the same time, like, I would love to see, a 401k type or an IRA type investment account set up for every tribal member that $2,500 a month is going into every month. And when you're 60 years old, you're 65 years old, that's yours. Boom, that's retirement for the rest of your life. That's an ability to make, generational wealth. Then you've got per capita. Per capita comes up $2,000-$3,000 a month. I would love to see that increase. Like, I think that as tribal members, we should be seeing 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 even a month in per capita. I don't think that's unrealistic. I don't think that's far-fetched. I think the business decisions that we make around the table are a huge impact in that. And I can tell you that when you have exactly what you said, the decisions that I need to be making are worth $80,000 an hour. That means if the decision that you're making today in your position as a tribal council leader are not producing $80,000 an hour, you have failed today. Okay?
Absolutely.
And what that means is for every 10 hours worked, you need to be producing $800,000 in income, right? That's $3.2 million every week that you need to be producing as a tribal council member. And so you're going to open a restaurant? A restaurant? Here's the better play. Buy the piece of land, put the piece of land out there, and let some other idiot build the restaurant. Right? Maybe provide some TIs and put in a 25-year lease and then make the money on the lease. Right? Make the money on owning the real estate. Don't invest the tribal capital into, some funky food that only a small portion of the world is going to eat. Right? Like, it's great, but it's got to be like, why is McDonald's successful? Because anybody can go into a McDonald's and get a quarter pounder or a Big Mac or a sausage McMuffin or whatever you want, right? Like, the deal is, I believe that we need to be making good business decisions. When I came and visited you, I drove by the tribe and I saw the new administration building. That is a beautiful building, by the way. That is a gorgeous building. That is gorgeous. What a shame we didn't have tribal members working on that. What a shame our people weren't putting money in their pocket and should take pride and say, I built that. I think what I see is, and I know that, we just kind of went down this path, but what I see is we need to be making good, sound business decisions. We need to have good business advisors, and the tribe needs to be thinking about 100 years in the future, not these stupid, ridiculous, dumb, uneducated investments that do nothing but erode our capital and erode our per capita, and don't put any hedge or don't put any protection in place, for us if something happens with another pandemic. These are bad business decisions. These are business decisions that are going to that are not going to 10x. These are my views only. This isn't on you, Ty. This isn't on anybody. These are my views only as a tribal member looking at a poor business investment. When I look at the Puget Sound Business Journal and I look at the Wall Street Journal and I see restaurants doing nothing but failing. Yeah. All right. We got to bring this thing in for a landing. It's getting long in the tooth. As we would say. What final thoughts do you have?
I enjoyed this conversation. I think you shed a lot of light and you gave a different perspective, and it's an accurate, it's an accurate perspective when you think about our attempts in the past at the restaurant industry, and you look at all the investments that we failed on, and as you called it, eroded, our capital and potential for future investments. You put a good perspective on it, and to the majority of the tribe, there's a lot of excitement around this restaurant, which there was a lot of excitement around Stokey's, which was the cigar lounge that epically failed and we lost millions on. There was a lot of excitement there. I was there a lot. I actually enjoyed it, but it looked nice, it looked beautiful, but it wasn't making no money. And so I think once the excitement dies down of this new restaurant, um, the reality is it going to make 10x? And I don't know if it is. And I liked your perspective, and I think that it's very educational. And if you're a tribal member listening out there, you got to be able to listen from all perspectives. And is it a great business decision? Maybe not. If you got to look at your past failures, and we've showed that the restaurant industry isn't our thing. But that's all I got. I'm still gonna go try and eat there. I mean, I got to try it before.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to try to eat there. I'm going to go spend some money. My question is, did TERO get involved? Are we going to see a bunch of natives working in this place? Are we feeding our native family off of this? Or That
remains to be seen. I don't know if there was any TERO involved at all, man.
Another topic. We're coming for you. Listen, here's the deal. If anything is in your life and the time that you spend on it doesn't 10x your life, don't do it. I'm just going to break it down like that. Don't do it. I don't do anything that doesn't 10x my life. Nothing. From the TV shows I watch, I don't even like TV. I'm gonna 10x it. I'm gonna make my life 10 times better. And so I would say, as tribal, like anything we invest in, we should get 10 times the return. That's my own personal mission. I got to bring this thing in for a landing. I'm Dave Wescott. If you like this show, give us a like, give us a share, follow us. We're both on social media all over the place. Ty's on LinkedIn and Facebook,
TikTok,
Snapchat, all of them. He's on all of them. Follow me on the YouTube. We're having some fun there. Give us a like, give us a share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check us out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And listen, if you have a topic that you're interested in or you want us to break bread on, break it out. Shoot it to us in the comments. We'd love to hear what you'd like to talk about. Ty, close us out on this thing. What final thoughts do you have for us as we bring it in? The third final thoughts.
Third final thought. Hey, the weather's getting hot. Stay hydrated. Find a nice lake. Find a nice pool to jump in. Stay cool. Have fun. Move with purpose and move with love.
You heard it there. We'll see you next week.
Boy.